In the Sierra of Guadarrama, in the northwest region of Madrid, rises the Monastery of Escurial. King Philip II undertook the creation of its imposing complex in 1563. The structure is composed by a monastery, a church, and a large palace. In only 20 years, the works endowed the building with 400 outbuildings, 2,600 windows, and 1,200 gates. The building is decorated with a royal coat of arms, but also with the symbol of the gridiron, the symbol of the martyr Saint Lawrence. The monastery was erected in honor of this saint. The plan of the building itself reproduces the shape of a gridiron. Philip II's apartments form the handle. The sober architecture of the palace and the austerity of its facades contrast with the opulent decoration of the basilica. The countless treasures proclaim this strong alliance between religion and the monarchy. At the center of the royal oratorio, a gilded bronze cenotaph represents Philip II accompanied by his men. Under the statue of the king, a small door conceives the entrance to his room. This way, the sovereign could assist to Mass from his bed when he was ill. At his death in 1598, Philip II was buried in the splendid royal pantheon that he built for his father, Emperor Charles V. His entire dynasty rests in the sepulchres of black marble, red jasper, and gilded bronze. The large library of the Palace Monastery, which contains more than 40,000 works, had been ordered by Philip II. It's the first public library in Spain, sponsored by the monarchy. The vaults and walls are decorated by magnificent frescoes realized by Italian painters. They represent the fundamental intellectual disciplines, thus proclaiming the conquest of human knowledge. Inscribed as Worldwide Heritage of Humanity by UNESCO in 1984, the Escurial is unique evidence of the Spanish Golden Age. On the banks of the Guadalquivir River, the city of Seville proudly deploys its prestigious buildings. The most famous is the Alcazar, which was built under the orders of King Peter I, commencing in 1364. At the entrance, a cross and crowned lion celebrate the Christian reconquest of the city. Even though the kingdom of the Almohads is over, the signs of their presence remain. In the magnificent courtyard of the Maids, the Islamic art blends with Christian art, creating the Mudahar style. From upstairs, the young ladies of the court could observe the reception that had been organized in this place. The incredible cupola of the Hall of Ambassadors hosts the political heart of the building. In what was once the throne room of the sultans, the Catholic sovereigns would continue to grant audiences. The decorations harmoniously reunite two worlds and their cultures. In 1401, the Catholic kings decided to further mark Seville with a strong Christian imprint. The Giralda, the minaret of an ancient mosque, is evidence of this choice. The construction of a cathedral began on the site of this former Muslim place of worship. 426 feet high and 249 feet wide, it became the largest Gothic monument in Europe. In its interior, the vaults reach a height of 183 feet over a monumental wooden altarpiece of gilded cedar. It consists of 1,500 figures representing 44 scenes of the life of Christ and the Virgin. On the right arm of the transept, a colossal jewel proclaims the glory of Catholic Spain. This is the tomb of Christopher Columbus, finalized in 1890. It's carried by four kings, symbolizing the four kingdoms of Leon, Castile, Navarre, and Aragon. The memory of its expeditions and the discovery of America are kept in the building called the Archive of the Indies. Seville has been inscribed as a Worldwide Heritage of Humanity by UNESCO since 1987. At the feet of the imposing Sierra Nevada, the city of Granada blossomed under the Nasrid dynasty from 1237 to 1492. Resting on the hills lies the jewel of this civilization, the Alhambra, the royal city. The oldest section of the structure is the fortress of the Alcazar. It served as the living quarter for the Sultan's elected garrison. At the center of the Alhambra, the Nasrids developed the streets, baths, and prestigious residences. The first one among these is the Comares Palace. It opens in the Mejouar, the seat of the Council of Ministers. But it was from the throne room that the supreme power was exerted. The Sultan granted audience, sitting enthroned in elevated position between the two openings. Right here, the official and the private functions of the palace were separated. The door to the right led to the family apartments, the one on the left to the heart of the palace, the Court of Myrtles. Like in every Hispano-Muslim building, the social and economical rank of a family is estimated by the patio. This large rectangular basin is the image of the Sultan's wealth and power. Furthermore, at the large ambassador's hall, power is fully deployed. The impressive wooden ceiling is composed by more than 8,000 pieces, a real masterpiece of marquetry. In the Hall of Abencerrages, the stalactite vault represents another artistic prowess. It belongs to the Palace of the Lions, built by Mohammed V between 1361 and 1391. It's the Sultan's residence and the peak of the Nasrid Emirate. The Generalife is the summer residence of the Sultan and is located on the other side of the hills. When the heat of the Andalusia summer was too strong, the gardens, fountains, and basins of this palace provided shade and coolness. In 1492, the Nasrid reign witnessed its end, but their architectural treasures still remain. They have been inscribed as a Worldwide Heritage of Humanity by UNESCO since 1984. On the banks of the Guadalquivir, at the heart of Andalusia, Cordoba has been the capital of the Arabian dynasty of the Umayyads from 756 to 1236. The architecture of the city is still imprinted by this brilliant civilization, which developed science and arts while practicing a great religious tolerance. The Jewish community lived in a quarter with small and windy alleys at the center of the city, the Juderia. A small synagogue is evidence of the prosperity enjoyed by the Jewish people in Cordoba. In its stuccos, Mozarabic motifs and psalms in Hebrew combine to create rich decorations. The Umayyads built in Cordoba countless structures to compete with the splendors of Constantinople and Baghdad. The Alcazar shows the imprint of the caliphs as well. The gardens were created according to the purest Arab tradition. Water was the source of life and power. However, the most beautiful testimony of this glorious past is an uncommon building, the Mezquita. In 785, Abd al-Rahman, the first emir in Cordoba, undertook the project of a mosque. He dreamed about it being as large as the Great Mosque of Damascus and sumptuous as the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. Upon its completion, the mosque had a surface of over 258,000 square feet, and it became the most important sanctuary of Western Islam. At the center, the mihrab indicates the direction of the sacred Mosque of Mecca. Once endowed with more than 1,000 columns, the Hall of Prayers contains today 854 columns in granite, jasper, and other precious marble. But in 1236, the Christian reconquest reaches Cordoba. The city surrenders to Ferdinand III of Castile, and over the centuries, Catholic kings start the complete renovation of the building. The Great Mosque gradually becomes a cathedral. A precious decoration is destroyed, but a new architectural treasure is born. All the styles blend together, late Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque. A unique work of its kind, a cathedral mosque. It has been inscribed as a worldwide heritage of humanity by UNESCO since 1984.